On this episode of How I Did It. Welcome back, YouTube viewers. Here we are inside our back door. I want to solve this problem right here with everyone coming in the back door and throwing their coats on top of our freezer because it really annoys my wife. So, to try to solve the problem, my wife went and bought two of these little shelves with the bar on the bottom, and it has hooks to hang your coats on to slide back and forth. As you can see there, the hooks are still wrapped in bubble wrap. The only problem is our studs are 16 on center in the wall, and this thing is 24 inches where the mounts are. So to solve that problem, I went and bought a plank at the lumber yard that I need to mount on the wall to mount these shelves on. Welcome back. So this is the plank that I purchased for approximately $22, actually a little more. And what we need to do is mount that shelf that I showed you previously on this wall right here behind me. First of all, I need to find where the studs are. So I have a stud finder and a pencil. I'm going to mark these walls. Okay, now the way this stud finder works is I hold it up to the wall and press the button on the side. You see it says ready, and as I slide it over, when it meets a stud, see the red light slides all the way to the top when it meets the center of the stud. So I'm going to mark the stud right where the little pointer is. Okay, now we'll start here, slide over more. You need to find another stud. Oh, maybe those are 24 on center. I'm going to mark that right there. Slide it some more here. Find the next one. Right there. Slide over towards our washing machine. And right there. And hopefully there's one right about there. Okay. Now that we got our studs found, we can put our plank up there on the wall. And I'm going to use this level to get our plank level. Make sure that we got it where I can see where my marks are. Why did you do that? Why did you unpause it? You're embarrassing me.
It's got.
Here, I'm going to rest this level on the top of my plank. Get it level. I'm looking at the bead right here, the bubble inside the level. And I want it in between the two lines. And I'm going to mark this on the top of my plank where I want it mounted. And we're still level. And we got marks on the wall. Stop and start. So after marking those marks above the top of my plank, I noticed that my marks for where the studs are, I progressively went downhill. So they're not even close to where I can actually see them once I'm holding the plank up there and I can put nails in it. So what I did was I set my level up in this position and I got it vertical and I put a mark up here on my line at the top. So I need to come over here and do the same on this end. So now I can see where my studs are on each end of the plank where I marked it. And we'll move on to putting the plank up. Okay, here's what I gotta do to get the plank up there. I'm gonna line it up with the lines that I have as horizontal lines. And I need to mark where I'm gonna put my nails so that I can kind of drive the nail most of the way through my plank. Whoops! Most of the way through my plank before I bring it back in the house. So I'm gonna line it up with that line. Come down about here. So that's where that nail's gonna go. Hold that up tight against the wall. Come back over here. Whoops. Come down about right there. We'll put them nails in there. Pause it. Here outside. I gotta start the nail in here because I didn't want to be hammering inside. There we go. Just got it started on that end. Slide the plank out here. Other end. Put it right on my mark. Alright, we're through. Okay, we're back in the house and I'm going to line this up with the horizontal lines that I have on the wall. I'll push up real tight against that back wall and maybe press that nail into the wall a little bit.
Oh no!
What did you break?
Well, I guess that stuff ain't very secure on the other side of the wall. And along with my wife's little shelves that she got was this little baggie that has a thank you card in it. Thank you for your purchase. That was pretty nice. They're thanking me for buying their product. And also in the baggie, it's 2 extra hooks. What these are, I'm not sure. These little squares are maybe some kind of feeler gauge or something. I don't know what to do with those. Also, it came with its own little level. See that? Nice. I guess this is for setting on top of your level, but I already got this plank pretty close to level. And also the mounting screws, and if you're mounting it in drywall, which I'm afraid to mount it in this drywall is way too thin. You got these inserts that you drill out and you pound it into the hole. And then, of course, the mounting screws. So I've already gone ahead and held the shelf up here and marked where my screws are going to be. And all I got to do is figure out how far up from here on this line that I already made that I'm going to put the screw in the wall. And for that, I plan on using a little bit of power tools. So we want the bottom edge of the shelf. The bottom edge of the shelf. See where I have the measuring tape? To be flush with the bottom edge of this board up here. I want the bottom edge of my shelf to be flush with the bottom edge of this. So I need to measure from the bottom edge of this shelf up to approximately where the screw head is going to be, which I put the screw in the hole, slide it all the way up, and it looks like about 4 3/4. If I put the top edge of my screw at 4 3/4, this shelf should be pretty close to flush with the bottom of the board. So there we go. So it looks like my line isn't down far enough to 4 3/4, so I'm going to make the line down. Doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to mark it at 4 3/4. With my little X. Same with over here. Our line's almost at 4 3/4. There we go. There's our little X. So that's where I'm going to put the screws in. But I'm not going to screw them in all the way. So here we go with power tools. We'll try and put this screw in. Slowly. Oh, I'm afraid it's going to crack the board. I may have to screw it in all the way and then back it off a little bit. That's probably good right there. This side should go a little easier. Right on a screw mark. Put that baby in there. That looks about right. Now let's see if our shelf fits. I may have to tap it down with a hammer, but it's on there and it looks pretty level. I was not expecting that to happen. I guess those little screws or little nails, whatever they put in there, are not long enough. That's for darn sure. Yikes!
Oh no!
Oh no! Well, back to drawing board. So, when disaster strikes, you gotta adapt. Anyhow, what happened was this little bracket right here. I don't know if you can see it. Are you close enough? This little bracket pulled out of right here because of these little tiny screws. Now, I'm going to replace it with one of these that I got from in my garage.
Wow.
It's a drywall screw. 1 1/4 inch drywall screw. So we're going to set this bracket back on here. And we're going to get out the heavy equipment again. Because I'm an old man and I can't waste my time trying to put screws in everything all the time. So we'll try out these drywall screws. Hopefully it does not split the wood. Maybe I should actually be working on a workbench, but I just use whatever's handy.
Oh no.
Pay no mind to that screeching sound.
Wow.
Wow. That was cool. It sounded like a car doing a burnout. Hey, this seems to be working. I might have to do it on the other side and the other shelf. As long as I put the screws in straight, and they don't come out the sides, and they don't split the wood, we should be alright. Whoopsie! Now let's see what happens. I may have to unscrew that screw a little bit. Because,
Oh no.
now that I got these drywall screws in there, they're not exactly flush like those little puny screws were. So we'll back this screw out a little bit. That ought to do. Whoop! That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh no.
Oh no!
The cameraman is
There
the
we
one
go.
making the sound
And-
effects here.
It's flush on the bottom. Check it out. Flush. That works. We should be able to hang our coats on here. I'll try it out right now. There's
The
coat
cameraman is the one who makes the sound effects here.
hooks. What?
Ha
And this coat has a hook on the back of that. We can hook on a coat hook. Let's see if this one has a coat hook. Wow. Hey, that one has a hooker too. It's hooker coats. Let's see if this one has a coat hook. Hey, it has a coat hook. Look at that. We could fit 3 coats, maybe a 4th one. Hey, this one has a hook thingy on it too. There we go.
Well, that's
Look, we've got room for one more. As long as we don't cover over our light switch. And that's how we did that. With the help of...
how I did it. Dun 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 dun.
And what's your name?
Well, I'm the cameraman, so I shall not say.
The cameraman has his own web channel.
I am cameraman, so
It's Prehistoric Reptile holding the camera.
Well, This video is That's How I Did It. Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 da da da.